not by some foreign cartel or some Kremlin kleptocrat. Earlier today, the senator from Kentucky came to the floor and talked about the EPA police checking on whether people are buying certain products or not buying other products. That isn't what this bill is about at all. Incentives are there, and I'm just from a family point of view going to take a look at them. Is it time for my family to buy a heat pump? I'll take a look and see. Tax credits, tax incentives could be an incentive for me to make that decision with my family and my wife. And that's all that we are offering. Incentives for people to choose the right things, the environmentally smart things to deal with climate change. The more energy solutions we discover, the cheaper our energy bills will be. Importantly, the Inflation Reduction Act will enable the United States, listen to this, to cut greenhouse gas emissions by an estimated 40% by the year 2030. We have a lot of young pages here who come and work in the summer. We're glad to have them. They brighten up the place, and their energy is a sight to behold. They probably listen to this debate and wonder if these graying politicians, these senators and congressmen, really do care about the planet that they're going to be living on, raising their own families, building their own futures. Well, this bill is an indication we do care. And to reduce greenhouse gas emissions not only does the right thing for America, it sets an example for the world. Despite all the excuses, there's no excuse for ignoring climate change, as that poor fellow down in Kentucky made obvious. For anyone who still says global warming is a hoax, and I guess there are a handful of those folks left, or admits that it's real and says we just can't afford to fix it, know this: the cost of ignoring the climate crisis are now far greater than dealing with it. A recent analysis by the Office of Management and Budget warns if left unchecked, climate change could reduce our nation's gross domestic product by 10% and cost Americans $2 trillion a year by the end of the century. $2 trillion in the production of goods and services. To put that in perspective, that's about a third of the entire U.S. budget this year. And in case you're dismissing these warnings because they happen to come from a Democrat or from a Biden administration, maybe you should listen to Deloitte, a well-known accounting firm in this country, their Center for Sustainable Management. They released a report in May estimating that left unchecked, climate change will cost the global economy $178 trillion for the next 50 years. If rising sea levels don't swamp us, rising costs of ignoring climate disasters very well may.